I've been watching Dr. Cassandra's lectures recently, and he talks about the history of ancient Egypt, the Persian and Roman Empire, and the rise of the Islamic power. Basically, what he's saying is that the history as we are taught is not exactly true. Yes. I'm going to give you an example from the book of Shahnameh, which was written by Ferdowsi in the 10th century. This is the cover page of Shahnameh, the Persian book of kings. And also, I'm going to talk to you about the book of Hudud al-Alam. This is the cover of Hudud al-Alam, written by Minorsky. Yes, it shows the regions of the world at the period of about 1,000 years ago. But before starting making my point, I need to go 1,000 years back. This is the map of the world during the Ice Age, and it's pretty clear. And at that time, the Altai mountain or Altai mountains was covered by ice. This was in the current Mongolia or southern part of Mongolia, the mountains. And here you can see the picture of most of the regions close to the coast was dry, and for many centuries people used to live on those lands. For example, the Persian Gulf, as we know today, was dry land, and this is how it looked like in many centuries. And for many centuries after the Ice Age, the ice were melting and flooding the lower plains. What I mean by lower plains is anywhere south of the Altai mountains. As you can imagine, most of the lands, including Sistan and Baluchistan, became very fertile, and civilizations began to flourish. And the picture that you see is probably how Lake Hamun looked in that period. Yes, today is very different. And this is probably how places such as Zabul and Samangan looked like. Beautiful mountains, green woods, and very fertile for agriculture. And we have Shahr Sukhte, which was discovered in the 20th century, and they say that a civilization of about 5,000 years ago lived in that area, in Shahr Sukhte. And this is how Shahr Sukhte looks like today. In Shahnameh, Ferdowsi mentions that Rostam from Zabul. I would probably say that he was from Shahr Sukhte. Shahr Sukhte and Zabul are very close, not many miles apart. And Shahr Sukhte was very fertile because the Helmand River was running close to the city, and the soil was very good for agriculture and civilization. Uh, Now, my question is, was Rostam a mythical or real person? I believe that there is some reality. We were taught in history that the Mongols' reason for invading Persia was the diplomatic errors of the Khwarezmshahian king, who did not allow the Mongolian caravan to pass through the Silk Road, and the Mongolian ambassador who was seeking permission to pass through Persia were slaughtered. This is at least what we were told uh, in the history books today. Yeah. Shahnameh was written at about the same period before the Mongol invaded Persia. In Shahnameh, Ferdowsi is showing that the Persians were always winning the battles against the Turanians or Mongolians, because Turan and Mongol is almost the same region. And as you can imagine, in a way, he was telling us that the Persians were superior to the Turanians. And this did not go too well with the Turanians. The Mongols were seeking a revenge. So I would probably say that Ferdowsi provoked the Mongols to attack Persia by his stories about the wars between Persia and Turan, and that was showing the Persian superiority. Okay, in these maps you can see the central Turan, which is close to Mongolia, and Persia, the old Persia. And I believe that you can see why I am saying that this was happening. Yes, Ferdowsi finished his writing of Shahnameh about the 10th century. And in the book of Hududul Alam, it is written that the governor of Sistan and Timur are sailing on a boat on Hamun Lake. And the governor of Sistan is telling Timur Khan about the area of the lake during Rostam. It was so vast that it crossed Kerman and poured into the ocean. And so again, I believe that based on this writing, I am thinking that Rostam was a real person. And I don't know, what is your opinion? That would be very interesting to know. It was not the Khwarezmshahian who provoked Genghis Khan and the Mongols to attack Persia. It was the Ferdowsi's book, the book of Shahnameh, or King of Kings.